Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your boy, P Funk. Out here in my Sunday best. You know how I do. My church clothes, doing what I do for you. I got something nice for you today. We're going to talk about philosophies. Let's go. Rightism 25 rules to live by. Storytelling. Story with a message. There's a message in the story for life. I give life lessons. You tune in to receiving them. We got a good thing going. Let's do what we do. Right thinking mission, and that's what I'm on, is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinking's way of life through mental and spiritual discipline daily will help and guide you to obtain your goal of spiritual enlightenment, aka to know thyself. If you're a right thinker, my goal, my mission is to get all right thinkers to know thyself. So I ask the question, do you know you? It's rhetorical. But if you don't have the answer, tune in. I can help you with that. That's what I do for you. Let's go. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple. You teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. Appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got more for you. A person who knows not and believes and think that they know, dangerous. Avoid them. I do. A person who knows and knows not that they know is spiritually asleep. That's cool. I can awaken them. I'm the spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers, know thyself. And to my yacht, be true. Again, right thinkers, let's talk about philosophies. Everybody should have some kind of concept of view or how they live their life. But the definition of philosophy is what? The love of wisdom, meaning you want to learn, you want to acquire knowledge. My job is to inform you, give you that knowledge, okay? AKA enlighten you. So, philosophy, the love of wisdom. I have created, some say, my own philosophy, but it works for me. And I have a few people practicing it, and I'm what I'm hearing is working for them. So understand that if you have a philosophy of morals and ethical concepts, my philosophy, you know what I practice, you can manifest for yourself to see if it works. If you're practicing a philosophy or a religion you're following and you're not prospering, you might be doing the wrong thing. Right thing of philosophy was created, yeah, by me about me to what? Teach others how to be their best selves with the technique that I use to be my best self. Hence, I learned it, I master it. Now I can teach others. It's the same concept. I just put no personal twist on it that won't make me a polygamist. When you copy somebody's stuff, that's polygamy. So I always put a little something extra on it, take a little something out, so I don't be considered a polygamist personally. Now, philosophy is a way that you can learn and understand what, again, through morals and ethics and spiritual discipline. Make that a way of life. So religion means you practicing it, you living it. So with philosophy that you can practice and live with, aka right thinking philosophy, I tell you, it's not a religion, it's a way of life. I mastered before I got anywhere Greek mythology over 40 years ago. I have mastered something else. Streetology from my hood projects in Newark, Grafton Avenue, Broadway, and all other philosophy that I practice, I try to be the best I could, aka master it. I don't want to be a jack of all trades. I want to be a master of all my philosophies that I practice. You can do the same thing with what? Practice it and perfecting it. That's all. Watch this. Where we at? Okay. Right thing of philosophy is no different. Been doing this now for 10 years, 5 years on the air. No different. You have to learn it, listen, reflect, meditate. That's the art of learning. So when you do that, and you live what you learn, now you'll be able to what? Practice it, perfect it, and end up mastering it, aka master thyself or know thyself. That's the goal if you're a right thinker. Right thinker. Okay, next one. Okay, now different philosophies. Turn the corner a little bit. The philosophy of streetology. What the what? On the streets back in the day, we had what we call players, hustlers, street-minded people who was about doing things in the street that wasn't legal. So we had our own terminology, and so we was masters of streetology, moving, grooving, staying away from the police, making your moves, and doing what you got to do to make that money. So yeah, I was a street runner. And I had to do what? Show and prove. Back in my day, you couldn't get a reputation without showing. So putting up your dukes, handling your business was the way to get respect. Any other way wasn't happening. Okay. My dad was a number runner. I was the drop off receipt boy when I was 17 years old, making that little fast money, little quick money. So I was always in the streets getting that money. I didn't have to do uh, robberies and stick ups to make money. I was hustling. I was doing favors. I was working with people who needed my services. And when I got older, I had a corner on the market, 18th and Avon, 18th Street and Avon Avenue, where I set up shop, sold drugs out of my little storefront for over 5 years. I watched all these shows that y'all just think is so great. Uh, uh, I can't think. But the black people doing the drugs, I did that over 40 years ago. Wasn't impressed, and everybody asking me, "How you know what they saying? How you know they're gonna do?" I did that. Been there. Really, y'all putting on TV, but I lived that lifestyle. So, streetology. I was a master of the streets, local drug dealer. Okay, common sense. But I had my block on lock. And for the 5 years run I had, nobody got locked up, robbed, or killed on my shift. No overdose on drugs. So I was doing what I thought was good work. So yeah, ended up getting caught anyway, but that's another story. But I did that. Okay. I had a crew who worked for me doing my bidding. I know guys who started school working for me and graduated from high school still working for me. So that's what I'm just saying. Streetology. I was an organized crime runner back in my day. Streetology. Okay. Next one, let's talk about this. Hustler's philosophy. Chip off the old block. I didn't have an option. It was nowhere in the world I wasn't going to do what I saw my dad do. He had numbers. I had drugs. That was the difference. So watch this. I was a hustler, making money on the streets. I had worked all over town. Why? I was the weed distributor. I'm dropping packages everywhere. I got everybody selling weed. Everybody was selling. Listen, I had it going. So yeah, back then, I was my own boss. Okay, my dad knew the numbers game. That was his thing. I knew the drug game. And instead of him learning and nope, he just took it upon himself to think he knew what he's doing. That's another story. But no, I was the drug man. All right, and I taught my workers how to pass off. We called it back in the day passing off. Everybody in my neighborhood knew what we was doing. Everybody knew, but nobody could say they ever see anybody hand to hand combat passing drug and taking money. None of us did that in public. That was my call. Well, yeah. Okay, with drug. Yeah. And I had people working for me from the time they started high school until they finished. But they all ran their own business. They all learned the lessons that I taught them how to move on the streets. The protection, I had that covered. For some reason, people thought I had the police. No, I'm just scared of the police or anybody else. But I know if I respected them and don't act the fool, they would, go get the guys who acting the fool. There's enough of that going on, so we don't have to worry about that. But moving on. I had a crew who worked sold drugs for me all through their high school years. Moving on. Now, here's another concept. Religious philosophy. It's going to be a little touchy. I'm trying to be nice. I tell you, I know the Bible. I got one. Everybody got a Bible. Know the book. I know religious philosophy. I got the concept. I understand them. I just don't subscribe or agree with all of them. So I cannot be a Christian if I don't subscribe to all the contents that come with being a Christian. Simple as that. I can't be a Muslim. I eat pork. So that takes that out of the table. Can't be a Jew. I eat pork. Christians let me eat pork, so I'll hang out with y'all fellowship. Okay? But again, I fellowship with people who like-minded, believe in God and live a righteous life. So I got Christian family who I do that with. I respect them for that. Now, I have ancient Egyptian philosophy, aka Maya, that I learned over the years and mastered. I have no use for the Christian biblical concepts. I have my own philosophy. That's the only thing. I don't have nothing against that. It just ain't what I practice. Understand that. I have the utmost love and respect for my Christian family. Why? Because they live right. They don't just go to church and profess to be. Nope. I know them personally outside the church, and they're good people. Again, that's the people who I don't mind fellowshipping with. They respect my position where I stand. They ain't got a problem with that. So moving on. And first of all, let me tell you why. Again, I keep explaining to you. I'm spiritual, not religious. Why? Any religious philosophy that takes God out of man, I don't want no parts of that. If you tell me God talked to Moses up on Mount Sinai from the burning bush, that means God ain't in Moses. I'm just saying, I pay attention. All y'all incidents from the Bible had God somewhere else, up on high. I don't subscribe to that theory. Moving on. That's all. That's all. I want you to know that. Our fellowship weekly with good Christians. I don't agree with all their philosophy, but I fellowship with them out of respect and love and understanding. This is what they do. If I want to be there, I can't say, well, y'all wrong. Y'all don't know. When in Rome, you do what the Romans. When you go to church with Christians, you do what the Christians. Pay my dues, put the money in the pot, sit and get the lesson, and I'm good. Meet and greet, everybody pass, and I'm servicing, I'm fellowshipping. That's good enough. Got the message out here? Doing what I do for you now. Let me wrap this up. Sorry about that. A little personal. Right thinking philosophy. That's the one. Right thinking philosophy was created by me because I mastered a concept that I can add to and put a little twist on it and make it mine, uniquely mine. But I didn't change the philosophy. I just added a little something to it. Okay, I didn't reinvent the wheel. Just put the spoken to it. Okay, let me wrap it up again. I appreciate you tuning in. Right thinking philosophy. Goal. I have a purpose. Is to get all those who claim to be right thinkers and follow my philosophy to know thyself. I'm going to tell you that. You're going to hear that. It's not going to change. If you're here for anything other than that, I can tell you right now, you're wasting your time because that's what I got for you. Knowledge and understanding that'll help you get to know yourself. Right thinking philosophy is based on, again, Maya philosophy with my book right there, but the Maya philosophy, which is practiced Shita Netta and Shamataiwi. 1 second, please. Shita Netta, Egyptian yoga, Shamataiwi is all studying of the hidden one, God, studying him, learning about him, and manifesting through him, through the knowledge and understanding of him. Moving on, let me wrap this up for you. Right thinking philosophy is what has been proven to work if what practiced correctly daily. I have another right thinking my philosophy master, my dude. Call him Tahuti. Because he has the complete understanding of my philosophy. Love that dude. Watch this. Now, I want more right thinking philosophy masters of themselves to let me know, my man, I got it. I understand. I got it. That's when you'll know. I don't make you master. I just get you to the door and point you in the right direction. You do the work. Okay? Last one. Right thinking philosophy, again, is not a religion, but when done correctly, is a way of life that will elevate your consciousness and your understanding of knowing thyself. Right thinking philosophy, once learned and mastered, you will have reached the highest level of human achievement. We call it nihas, or spiritual enlightenment, or know thyself. That's the lesson. And in closing, right thinkers, may you all live to be 100, and may 100 minus a day. So I never knew that right thinkers like you have passed away. What philosophy do you practice?